Blake Lively had just graduated high school when she catapulted onto the big screen. In the years since, she's transformed into an A-list actress, a mother, and a director. Before she found fame on Gossip Girl, Lively had only appeared in film projects. Her first major role came in The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants in 2005, which she followed up with appearances in Accepted and Simon Says. In 2007, she would go on to star in Elvis and Annabelle and won widespread acclaim for her performance. Critics had plenty of good things to say about the young actor, and she was nominated for numerous awards. Outside of appearances on shows such as Saturday Night Live and Sesame Street, she has only been on television screens in a personal capacity as a special guest. It's not clear, though, if it's because of a lack of demand or a choice on her part. However, a 2007 IGN interview may shed some light on her lack of TV roles. She explained, "I never was interested in doing television. It's a very big commitment, and you have to be really passionate about the project you're going to take on because you're signing on for 6 years of your life." The first project that Lively worked on in 2012 was the action thriller Savages. Directed by Oliver Stone, it's the story of two best friends who attempt to rescue their love interest from a Mexican drug cartel. Originally, Jennifer Lawrence was supposed to play the part of the love interest, Ophelia, in Savages, but scheduling conflicts arose when Lawrence was cast in The Hunger Games. Lively had to beat out several major names to land the role, including Jack Ryan star Abby Cornish, along with Olivia Wilde and Teresa Palmer. Stone eventually chose Lively and admitted that he changed the script to suit her personality more, but he also spoke about his disappointment that Lawrence had to pull out. He told the BBC, "I don't know if it would have worked better or not, but it didn't happen that way. I liked what Blake did."
We were just like fireworks coming across the...
Went well for him. I were no fireworks for me.
While she worked on Gossip Girl, Blake Lively dated her co-star Penn Badgley for several years. However, the couple eventually split not long after Lively appeared alongside Ryan Reynolds in Green Lantern. She and Reynolds began dating in October 2011 and were married less than a year later in a secret ceremony at the Boone Hall plantation. They have been inseparable ever since, with the couple regularly photographed at events or seen talking about each other while promoting various projects. The marriage has allowed Lively to showcase her humorous side, and the pair constantly joke about each other publicly. Lively has also jokingly suggested several times that other celebrities, including Gigi Hadid and Anna Kendrick, would make better partners for her. One of the first major productions that Blake Lively worked on after Gossip Girl ended was the 2015 romantic fantasy film The Age of Adaline. In the movie, Lively portrays Adaline Bowman, a widow who dies after crashing into a ravine while driving her car. However, a lightning strike inexplicably brings her back to life, although it also forces her to remain at the age she was when the accident occurred. The Age of Adaline also featured both McKeel Houseman and Harrison Ford in supporting roles. The film received mixed reviews and was only a modest box office success, earning a worldwide gross of more than $65 million. Lively's performance was noted as one of the film's highlights, especially in the second half of the movie when she demonstrates her skill in the emotional moments. Other critics pointed out how she had a striking on-screen chemistry with Ford and helped get the best out of the actor. The next two hits for Blake Lively were The Shallows and Café Society, both released in 2016. In the first film, Lively plays a young university student who takes a surfing trip in honor of her dead mother. While on the water, she is attacked by a great white shark and forced to take creative measures to survive overnight and avoid being killed. Grossing $119 million against a budget of just $17 million, it was a hit at the box office and with critics. Woody Allen's Café Society was less successful financially despite receiving mostly positive reviews. With an ensemble cast, the comedy drama follows a young man named Bobby who leaves New York for a job in Hollywood working for his uncle, where he falls in love with a young secretary.
I just love to eat.
Blake Lively has often spoken about her love of cooking and food in general, even naming celebrity chefs such as Martha Stewart and Nigella Lawson as idols. She also makes an effort to get involved in local food and culture while traveling, going as far as to take part in cooking classes that focus on food that is traditionally served in the country she is visiting. In 2013, she took part in a cooking segment for Vogue alongside model Elettra Wiedemann, with the two women showcasing the best way to bake brie pastry. The year before that, she collaborated with Sprinkles to create a limited edition cupcake that would help support Oxfam. 2013 also saw the actor take part in an exclusive feature for Elle Decor, focusing on her design of a new kitchen. Lively was hands-on in the creation of the kitchen for her New York home, even having a custom-made La Cornue oven installed. She said, "Since my kitchen is the most important part of my home, I want to be creative and innovative, not only in its aesthetic, but also in the tools that I'm using to cook." Following in the footsteps of celebrities such as Gwyneth Paltrow with her lifestyle brand Goop, Lively launched a wellness website. Called Preserve, it acted as an online store and digital magazine. Interviews from the actor suggested that it would sell artisan creations that had been specifically chosen and approved by Lively, ranging from food to clothes to pillowcases. Preserve only lasted around a year before Lively closed it down. The main reason behind this was that the actor felt it had launched too soon and was not fulfilling its purpose. Rather than continue working on something she wasn't proud of, she chose to shut it down instead and bring it back when it was ready. She told Vogue, "We have an incredible team of people who do beautiful work, but we launched the site before it was ready, and it never caught up to its original mission. It's not making a difference in people's lives, whether superficially or in a meaningful way."
It's very cinematic. I don't even know where you find this. You're really amazing.
Although Lively didn't take on a lot of work after 2016, she did continue to appear in select movies. One of these was the 2018 comedy thriller A Simple Favor. The Paul Feig-directed film also starred Anna Kendrick, who played a vlogger who befriends Lively's character Emily and becomes unexpectedly involved in a mystery when Emily disappears. A Simple Favor was highly praised, with both Kendrick and Lively getting good reviews for their performances. Her next project came in 2020 with the Reed Morano action thriller The Rhythm Section. Lively stars opposite Jude Law as a woman whose family was killed in a terrorist attack. In her grief, she develops a revenge plan and works with an MI6 agent to track down those responsible.
I need your help to find the ones who did this. I've got nothing to lose.
What about your life?
What about it?
The movie was a box office flop and was criticized for its boring and predictable plot. The only highlight for critics was Lively's portrayal of Stephanie Patrick. Not long after she appeared in the Rhythm Section, it was announced that Lively would take on the lead role of Josie Schuler in a film adaptation of the comic book series Lady Killer. The original story follows Schuler, a seemingly innocuous housewife who leads a double life as a contract killer. Hiding her murderous career from the rest of her family, Schuler eventually ends up being pursued by the criminal organization that she works for. The film rights were acquired by Netflix as part of an agreement it has with Dark Horse Entertainment, with Netflix announcing that Lively was set to star in and produce the movie. At the same time, filmmaker Diablo Cody was revealed to be taking charge of the project as writer and director. Unfortunately, there's been little news about the project or its status since 2021, so it's unclear exactly when Lady Killer will launch on Netflix.
We're really good about keeping our family together.
Since marrying in 2012, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have had 4 children in total. While the couple closely guard the privacy of their children, preferring to keep them out of the public eye for the most part, they have revealed the names of 3 of the 4 kids, James, Inez, and Betty. Speaking to Forbes, Lively explained how having children has helped her to accept her own body image and be more comfortable with who she is. She said, "I think having children, for me, made me feel so much more in my skin. I never felt more myself or at ease in my own body or more confident. Not to say that there aren't a bevy of insecurities coming at me a million times a day, but I just feel incredibly settled." In the same interview, the actor hinted that motherhood has also given her a new perspective on life and why she is picky when it comes to working on new projects. She explained, "I just think that growing up, having kids, all of those things made me feel like I only want to do things where I can have really meaningful collaborations and have authorship."
My family is my priority, and I'm fortunate to have a job where I can take my family with me and I can tailor that.
In April 2022, it was revealed that Lively was set to make her feature film directorial debut in collaboration with Edgar Wright. The 2 filmmakers are working together on an adaptation of the graphic novel Seconds by Brian Lee O'Malley. It follows a young woman named Katie Clay who discovers that she can alter her past choices via a strange ritual that involves consuming a mushroom and writing in a notebook before going to sleep. Wright is taking on a number of roles for the movie, including acting as producer and writing the screenplay. This marks the 2nd time that Wright has been involved in a film adaptation of O'Malley property, having previously directed and co-wrote the 2010 movie Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Over the last few years, Colleen Hoover has become one of the most successful authors in the world. Many of her romance novels have risen to take top spots on the New York Times bestseller list, increasing the demand for film adaptations. Arguably her most well-known book is It Ends With Us, a 2016 story that is set to be directed by Jane the Virgin actor Justin Baldoni, who has previously directed Clouds and 5 Feet Apart. He will also appear in the film as Ryle Kincaid, with Blake Lively cast in the lead role of Lily Bloom. It began filming in May 2023, but was forced to shut down when the WGA strike began in June. Shooting was again postponed, this time due to the 2023 SAG-AFTRA strike in July, and did not restart until the beginning of 2024, when additional casting calls were issued for the movie. Following the delay in shooting, It Ends With Us will now arrive on June 21st, 2024.